What if the symbols you walk past every day, the statues, the seals, the icons on your money, aren't patriotic decorations at all, but coded messages revealing a hidden, centuries-old plan for control? She stands as an undisputed icon of freedom, her torch a glowing promise to the masses, her presence a symbol known across continents. Yet beneath the polished narrative and the polished copper, there lies a possibility far more unsettling than the textbook explanation. What if the story we've been told about the Statue of Liberty is a carefully engineered myth, one crafted to mask origins steeped in esoteric symbolism and secret fraternal networks? Across the capital, on our currency, in our monuments, and within the architectural heart of the nation, familiar imagery carries hidden meanings that few ever stop to question. These symbols, so persistent, so intentional, suggest a thread of occult influence woven quietly into the nation's identity. This video digs beneath the surface of America's most cherished icons, revealing a narrative that points to secret societies, ancient traditions, and a strategic vision for a new world order that predates the country itself. If the symbols are what conspiracy theorists believe them to be, then the United States may not simply be a political experiment, but a calculated initiation into something much larger.
Let us view this side of the story with our YouTube channel, Acumen Analysis. Before the start of this video, please like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends to make them aware of upcoming threats to humanity.
The Masonic Gift: Unlocking the Torch's True Meaning. The common narrative is clean and reassuring. France gifted the Statue of Liberty as a gesture of friendship and a celebration of shared democratic aspirations. It is a comforting tale of unity and enlightenment. But it is incomplete. Inside the pedestal of the statue, a bronze plaque presents a far more specific origin, stating unmistakably that the monument was a gift from the Grand Orient Temple of French Freemasonry. This distinction matters profoundly. It reframes the statue not as a mere national exchange, but as a symbolic offering from one of the most influential esoteric brotherhoods in history. Within Masonic and occult tradition, the torch she raises is not just a welcoming beacon for immigrants. It is the torch of illumination, an emblem rooted in the legend of Prometheus, the rebellious figure who defied divine authority to bring forbidden fire to humanity. In esoteric circles, this myth represents the awakening of hidden knowledge, enlightenment accessible only to the initiated elite. In this view, Lady Liberty becomes less a political figure and more an ancient archetype, the holder of the light, a guardian of esoteric wisdom guiding humanity toward an enlightened order shaped by those worthy of understanding. The Promethean torch appears throughout history, in mystery cults, in pagan rites, and in the ritualistic passing of the Olympic flame. The fact that this same torch sits proudly on American soil, etched into coins, crowned on monuments, suggests a deliberate choice. To conspiracy theorists, the statue's torch is not about freedom, it is about illumination. It is a symbol declaring that the United States is guided by hidden wisdom passed down through secret societies whose influence predated the country's birth. The Fasci, the disturbing symbol on classic American currency. Before the torch became America's go-to emblem of enlightenment, another symbol, far more authoritarian, held a prominent place in American iconography. For decades, the reverse side of the Mercury dime displayed a bundle of rods bound around an axe. The Fasces. Though often dismissed as a decorative classical flourish, this emblem holds a loaded history. In ancient Rome, the Fasces represented unquestioned state authority, the power to punish, imprison, and execute. A single rod is easy to break. Bound together, They symbolize strength through unity under centralized control. This imagery later became infamous when Benito Mussolini adopted it as the defining symbol of Italian fascism, giving the term fascism its name. The Fasces represented total obedience to the state and the suppression of individual liberties for the sake of collective power. The fact that such a potent emblem appeared on American money for generations is rarely discussed, but it raises eyebrows among those who believe symbols are never accidental. To conspiracy theorists, the placement of the fasces on American currency reveals an early acceptance of strong, centralized authority, contradicting the popular idea that the nation's founding was purely about individual freedom. Instead, it suggests that the architects of America embraced Roman notions of disciplined unity and hierarchical power, principles that resonate with the goals of secret societies who favor structured, top-down control. Emblems of authority. The Fasci in the heart of government. The fasces are not hidden on old coins alone. They appear in the very architecture of American governance. The symbolism is unmissable once you know where to look. In the U.S. House of Representatives, enormous carved fasces flank the speaker's podium, silently watching over every debate and every law crafted within those walls. The official seal of the United States Senate features the fasces prominently, signaling authority, discipline, and national unity. The National Guard's emblem also incorporates the symbol, reinforcing the message of state-backed strength and institutional order that defines the military's role in protecting the nation. Historically, defenders of the fasces argue that it's simply a nod to classical Roman republicanism, a tribute to the values of justice, unity, and law. But critics argue that its constant presence reveals something deeper, a long-standing comfort with centralized power embedded into the nation from its earliest days. When viewed through an esoteric lens, the fasces becomes a symbol of the authoritarian phase in a long-range plan, one that consolidates power before elevating society to the next stage of illumination, represented by other symbols like the torch. This interpretation suggests that the placement of the fasces in these institutions was not merely decorative, but intentional, embedding a quiet message about hierarchy, order, and the controlled progression of society. The symbolic shift from the fasci to the flame. The decision to replace the fasces with the torch on the American dime in 1946 is often dismissed as a simple design update reflecting modern tastes. Yet for those who study symbolic history, such a shift is never random. The Mercury dime, with its unmistakable fasces, was retired immediately after World War II, just as the world was reeling from the horrors associated with fascism. The new Roosevelt dime featured a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbols interpreted as peace, strength, and enlightenment. Their appearance was presented as a celebration of Roosevelt's legacy, but symbolists argue that such imagery is chosen with far more intention than official explanations suggest. Conspiracy theorists view this transition as a deliberate symbolic evolution. The fasces represented centralized authority necessary to build a unified national identity and powerful state apparatus. Once that foundation was established, the symbol could be quietly retired. The torch, with its esoteric meaning tied to enlightenment and secret knowledge, took its place, signaling a shift from consolidating power to promoting a global philosophical framework rooted in illumination. To them, the change was not a cosmetic redesign, but a coded announcement that the blueprint was entering its next stage, subtly guiding the public from the era of overt authority into the era of ideological transformation. The master plan, Novus Ordo Seclorum, on the dollar bill. Perhaps the most provocative symbol of all lies in plain sight on the most widely circulated piece of American currency. the US $1 bill. Beneath the unfinished pyramid on the Great Seal is the Latin phrase Novus Ordo Seclorum, officially translated as a new order of the ages. To scholars, it refers to a new era following the American Revolution. But to conspiracy theorists, the phrase is the boldest declaration of intent ever printed by a government. In their interpretation, it is not about a new age of democracy, it is about a new world order. This phrase, paired with the single all-seeing eye radiating light atop the pyramid, forms the centerpiece of countless theories. The unfinished pyramid symbolizes an ongoing project, an order not yet completed. The radiant eye, commonly associated with the Eye of Providence, is claimed by conspiracy theorists to represent the watchful gaze of a higher, hidden authority guiding the project forward. When combined with the other symbols across American architecture and currency, the message appears to them as clear as it is audacious. America was designed as the foundational stage in the construction of a global system overseen by illuminated elites. Connecting the dots, a coherent narrative of control. Individually, each of these symbols, whether the torch, the fasces, or the Latin inscription, has a conventional explanation that poses no threat to the accepted historical narrative. But when viewed together, they form a strikingly coherent story in the eyes of those who believe in an occult influence behind America's founding. They suggest that the United States was influenced not merely by Enlightenment philosophy, but by older, hidden traditions passed down through secret societies. The theory proposes a three-stage symbolic blueprint: the fasces to establish and centralize authority, the torch to illuminate and prepare the populace for a new ideological era, and the proclamation of Novus Ordo Seclorum as the final declaration of intent. To believers, these symbols are not coincidences but breadcrumbs leading to the revelation of America's deeper purpose. Whether or not one accepts the theory, the symbols undeniably provoke reflection, encouraging us to question what lies beneath the stories we accept so easily. These symbols may mean different things to different people, but their power lies in their persistence. What do you believe they truly represent? Share your thoughts below. If this exploration into hidden symbolism fascinated you, like, subscribe, and join us for more investigations into the secrets woven into our history.